Now normally I would not poo-poo having to get myself a Volvo, because before the International, they were the best trucks in the game. But now that I have identified a very hard to find international dealer, I think I would rather go there. Seeing as how they are the best trucks. Alternatively, I could buy myself a Volvo for my driver and use this as a trade-in. So at least I would have another driver going right now. Why are you doing that? It's turning off my car, or truck. It's turning off the truck when I use the emergency brake. That's not the key binding for turning off the engine. Let's turn on my blinker so I can make a turn here. Oh, come on. I had my blinker on. Will you okay, there we go. Recruitment center. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm kind of tired of driving around empty-handed. I could even buy myself a new garage here and have people come out this way. Because, okay, hold on. Where was dealer? All the way back up in Flagstaff. Now I could go to Phoenix. Now I know what I want is here, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, it is very unlikely there are two international dealers here. So we're just gonna go down to dealer again. Turn on the sidewalk. Nope, I don't need to turn on the sidewalk. Now that I've unlocked a couple of recruitment centers, I should actually have a reasonably good choice of... What is that? Hold on. F8? F6. F1? No. F3? Oh, okay. Oh. F4. Oh. No. Oh. Oh boy. How the hell? There it is, F7. I've got 1% damage. So, I did not read the message that just popped up there. But occasionally, when you are damaged, you will get a message that you need to do some repairs, or else the vehicle will start to stall and turn off, which is what I kind of thought maybe was going on there when I was braking and it was suddenly shutting off the engine. But at 1% damage, I should not be having that problem. If it was closer to, say, 9, I would believe it. which is actually really interesting from a game mechanics standpoint. Why would the truck shut off at 10% damage? Why would you need the other 90%? Your vehicle would vary... Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, where can I rest in town here? Oh, I can rest right here. I don't need to rest, but I'll do it. Good grief. And it's daytime. Which is even better. So I'm going to line up on this. And let's go buy us a Volvo. That is very expensive for just a base model. I think I will make the purchase anyway. Well, okay, yeah, I'll make the purchase. I do not want to drive it. It will go all the way back to my San Francisco garage, right there. I now need to leave the dealership. I will then, I guess, go to the bank. We will take out a few more loans, just so I don't kill myself, because all of this totaled up here is probably going to bankrupt me if I don't find a really good job real quick. And I will go for the recruitment agency. Sure, I should actually just pick from the entire pool. And we still don't have very good drivers to choose from. That is very unfortunate, actually. So, looks like this guy is the cheapest, but has the fewest options. Fuel economy for her and fragile. Alternatively, we could get this guy going long distance. There's another long distance. I don't think I want them driving long distance right away, though, because that's just more driving without actually making money. So I'll have her, and she can go over to here. And welcome aboard, Alice. So that should be making my loan payment. If they can both ramp up to get to 2,000 or 3,000 a day. Table view, Alice. There we go. Yeah, I'll just have her balanced as well. So good. Okay. So now we need a job, because now I need to make my way back to Flagstaff so that I can make a trade-in. So anything to Tucson. I mean, going all the way back is not what I had in mind. This is on its way to the Grand Canyon, so that's pretty close. Anything just on its way to Phoenix? Yeah, but it doesn't pay for anything. Okay, well, I guess that's the choice then. I can probably turn my lights off. Fortunately, this one is not 20 miles out of town. Seki's Cafe and Donuts. There's a lot going on in that little shop. Okay, we're here to pick up another one of these. Hopefully it's actually there this time. To the Grand Canyon. I mean, this one does just go to Phoenix, but it's also considerably less money. It's where? It's on the opposite side? I think that's it right there. No? Oh. Loan installment. 7 grand. Yeah, so if my drivers can at least be making my loan payments for me and covering their own wages, that will be a win. Oof. Because once that happens, once my money is making itself, that's when it's going to snowball, and I will pretty much be putting garages, like full garages, 5 bays full of trucks and drivers in every town that I go to. Which is kind of ridiculous. It does kind of break the business simulation end of this. But I don't think that's the whole point of the game, to be honest. Alright. Oh. It just occurred to me, it's not going to let me trade in a truck when I'm driving it. So I'm going to have to go to the Grand Canyon and then drive back. That's okay, it's close to Flagstaff, but oh boy. Am I live right now? What in the hell? I seem to have lost my pop-up. I don't even know if the software is still running. Okay. So, in all of the key pressing, I must have hit another hotkey for my recording software, which turned off the interface. So that's fun. Who knows what button that is? As long as I don't hit F9, because that's what turns the whole thing off. Well, I mean, so it's 1:45 in the morning, where I am right now. And so far, aside from a few hiccups and attempting to stream music off of YouTube, whilst also recording and streaming to Twitch, the stability seems to be much better at this time of day. which I guess makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, I also can't confirm that maybe it just finally got better after being bad all day. Well, what time do I go to bed or what time do I go to sleep? Because those are two very different things. Whatever. That's a very dangerous time to block my GPS, though. Normally, I will go to bed at midnight or later. I try not to, but that's just how it is. And it's actually kind of a bad cycle, because like I will do a like a longer night during the weekend and sleep in. So my body clock gets shuffled by a few hours, and so then usually Monday morning I will have had 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours if I'm lucky, because then I have to get up and go to work. So if I did not work, based upon my years being unemployed and just last week when I was on vacation, my natural body clock seems to be nocturnal, where I will get up naturally about 11 o'clock in the morning and not really feel tired enough to go to bed until about 2 in the morning. So, kind of a bad deal. So, right now, it being 1 in the morning is like I could keep playing, and it's not going to affect me at all, which is terrible. But, I mean, it would take really concerted effort to get me to go to bed at like 10 o'clock and attempt to get 8 hours of sleep. I think my body has just adapted to that point where it will run on 4 to 6 hours. Not well, but it will. In fact, sometimes I find myself, like if I've been doing that all week and getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, when I try to sleep in on Saturday or whatever, my body will actually wake me up early in the morning, after a few hours. I mean, not all the time, but just sometimes. Like I will drop into a deep sleep so quickly that my body will recharge, and then it will wake me up, and then I just roll over and sleep longer. Is this the turn? No, it is not. Yeah, and that's the worst, too. Just laying there, not being able to do anything. Not being able to think or to sleep, but not able to stop thinking. You're not able to turn your brain off. I mean, you're there. We're going through Phoenix. That's a Kenworth dealer. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll be back. Strangely, there was a period of time where I was actually able to do that. I'm kind of able to do it now sometimes just because of sleep exhaustion, so like I'm just so tired I will fall asleep immediately, but of course there's a whole, sleep deprivation. But there was a time when I was actually going to bed like 10 o'clock, and I think it was when I was really working out, so I was just getting myself tired before, because I would work out in the evenings. But yeah, like I was actually able to just fall asleep and get a full night's rest. that's gotta be... that sucks. You know what I find, though, is that if I wake up with something in my head, then it's just constantly with me all day. That would be interesting, Untamed Fox. That would be very interesting. Just sitting there trying to relax, going to bed, and then there's just this epic thing going on in your head. I should probably stop for fuel at some point. Yeah, that really is a curse, just being able to think and think and think, and it just doesn't stop until suddenly your body switches off and you don't know when that happened. You know, to be fair, I've sometimes deliberately watched, music videos or not music videos, but, YouTube music videos with songs that are not designed to make you go to sleep. So that probably doesn't help me either. Uh-oh, uh-oh. It is now telling me I should have stopped back then. Okay, I don't think I'm going to make it, so this is possibly my only chance to turn around and make it back there. Although, I don't know, it's turned red, but it's still got a considerable... Okay, well, that was it. That was my last chance right back there. I may need a tow. I don't know, that's a long distance, though. That's still... Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not too bad. Okay, I think I got enough fuel. Well, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. It could just be as simple as something that, stresses you out that day, and it could also just be something that is actually physically preventing you from sleeping. It's being stupid and deciding that you're going to drink caffeine about 8 o'clock at night and wondering why you can't fall asleep. I mean... I can kind of relate, Pocket Ninja. I feel like I do that a lot when I ramble on tangents sometimes, because I'll have that train of thought in my head, but then, I feel like I need to illustrate the point, or I have an example, and so I'll go off on a tangent, and then I find my way back to the original point, but by then I feel like people stop listening.